Section 1. Island Time. Big Drama. The India-Maldives Story. Yo, what's up everybody? Hassan Minhaj here, ready to break down a relationship more complicated than your average Bollywood love triangle. India and the Maldives. This is a tale of two neighbors, each with its own unique charm and challenges. Picture this. Two island nations chilling in the Indian Ocean, soaking up the sun. One is a sprawling subcontinent with 1 billion people, and the other is a tiny paradise with just a few 100,000. One's a giant, the other, well, not so much. But size isn't everything, right? It's about the connection, the history, and the shared experiences. They've got history, they've got drama, they've got enough geopolitical intrigue to make your head spin faster than a ceiling fan in a monsoon. From ancient trade routes to modern-day diplomacy, their story is rich and complex. Buckle up, folks, because things are about to get interesting. We are diving deep into a relationship that's as unpredictable as the monsoon rains. Think of it like this. You know that friend you've known forever, the one you grew up with, shared your toys with, maybe even got into a little trouble with back in the day? That's India and the Maldives. That's India and the Maldives. Except, imagine that friend also lives in a really nice beach house. And not just any beach house, but one that's the envy of everyone around. And everyone wants to hang out with them. The Maldives is that friend with the perfect beach house, attracting tourists and diplomats alike. And everyone wants to hang out with them. But with popularity comes complications. Suddenly, things get a little more complicated. There are expectations, responsibilities, and sometimes misunderstandings. That's the India-Maldives relationship in a nutshell. Centuries of shared history and culture, spiced up with a dash of geopolitics, economic competition, and the looming threat of climate change. Centuries of shared history and culture, spiced up with a dash of geopolitics, economic competition, and the looming threat of climate change. It's a dynamic and evolving story. It's a story of friendship, rivalry, and everything in between. From cultural exchanges to political negotiations, their relationship is multifaceted and ever-changing. And trust me, you don't want to miss this episode. Stay tuned as we unravel the layers of this fascinating relationship, one story at a time. Section 2. Ancient bros trade routes and coconut curry. Let's rewind the clock a bit, shall we? Picture a time when the world was a lot bigger and journeys took weeks, if not months. Back in the day, long before Instagram influencers and luxury resorts, the Maldives and India were already tight. They had a connection that went beyond borders and oceans. We're talking ancient trade routes, exchanging spices, textiles, and probably the secret recipe for the perfect fish curry. These routes were the lifelines of civilizations. Imagine wooden ships laden with cinnamon, cloves, and cardamom, sailing across the azure waters of the Indian Ocean. These ships were the vessels of culture and commerce. Merchants from Kerala striking deals with Maldivian traders, exchanging stories, and probably complaining about the lack of air conditioning. They were the original networkers, building relationships that lasted generations. It was the OG Silk Road, but with more coconuts and way better tans. These routes were bustling with activity, a melting pot of cultures and ideas.
This exchange wasn't just about material goods, though. It was a rich tapestry of human connection. It was about culture, ideas, and that intangible bond that forms when you've shared a samosa and some chai with someone. These moments created a sense of unity and understanding. Think of it as the original bromance, forged over centuries of shared history and a mutual love for all things spicy. This bond was as strong as the spices they traded, enduring and flavorful.
Section 3. From colony to BFFs. Independence and a helping hand. Fast forward a few centuries and colonialism enters the chat. The Maldives, like many other nations, found itself under the thumb of foreign powers. Like that unwanted guest who overstays their welcome, the Portuguese, the Dutch, and finally, the British, all took turns trying to run the show in the Maldives. Each left their mark, but none could claim the islands forever. But guess who was there to lend a helping hand when the Maldives finally kicked colonialism to the curb in 1965? You guessed it. India. India, having recently gained its own independence, understood the struggles and aspirations of a newly free nation. It's like that friend who helps you move out of your ex's place after a bad breakup. They know the pain, the challenges, and the excitement of starting anew. They're there to offer support, a shoulder to cry on, and maybe even help you assemble some IKEA furniture. In this metaphor, India was that friend, ready to assist in any way possible.
In this case, India provided the Maldives with diplomatic recognition, economic assistance, and a sense of camaraderie that only a fellow former colony could offer. India even helped train their nascent military, ensuring that the Maldives could stand on its own 2 feet in a world that was often turbulent and unpredictable. It wasn't all smooth sailing, of course. The journey to stability and mutual respect had its fair share of challenges. There were disagreements, misunderstandings, and the occasional diplomatic hiccup. But these were just growing pains in a relationship that was built to last. But, for the most part, India and the Maldives were like 2 peas in a pod, navigating the choppy waters of post-colonial life together. Their bond grew stronger with each passing year, proving that true friendship can weather any storm.
Section 4. India to the rescue. With the shifting sands of geopolitics, a new player has entered the scene. This player is none other than China, making its presence felt in the Indian Ocean region.
Yes, indeed. China's Belt and Road Initiative has significantly altered the dynamics. The Maldives, strategically located, has become a focal point in this grand strategy.
That's right. The growing influence of China has raised eyebrows in New Delhi. India, traditionally seen as the big brother in this region, now faces a new challenge.
And this challenge is not just military or economic. It's about influence, soft power, and strategic alliances. The stakes are higher than ever before.
Absolutely. The question remains, how will India respond to this new player in the game? The economic relationship between India and the Maldives has seen its fair share of ups and downs. It's been quite the roller coaster ride.
Oh, definitely. Tourism is a huge part of the Maldivian economy, and India is a significant contributor to this sector. But economic ties go beyond just tourism.
That's true. Trade, investment, and development aid are crucial components of this relationship. India has been a key partner in the Maldives' economic development.
And let's not forget the challenges. Economic policies, political instability, and external influences have all played a role in shaping this rollercoaster ride.
So as both nations navigate these economic waves, the question is, what lies ahead on this unpredictable journey?
The Maldives, with its low-lying islands, is on the front line of climate change. Rising sea levels are a direct threat to its very existence.
Absolutely. And this is not just a future problem. It's happening right now. Coastal erosion, saltwater intrusion, and more frequent storms are already affecting the Maldivian way of life.
India, being a close neighbor, has a vested interest in the survival of the Maldives. Collaborative efforts in renewable energy and climate resilience are crucial.
Indeed, both nations must work together to tackle these environmental challenges. The stakes couldn't be higher.
The Maldives and Lakshadweep, while geographically close, offer very different experiences for tourists. The Maldives is known for its luxurious resorts and world-class diving spots.
Yes, and Lakshadweep, though less commercialized, offers a more rustic and authentic experience. It's like comparing a 5-star hotel to a charming bed and breakfast.
Both destinations have their unique appeal, but the tourism infrastructure in the Maldives is far more developed. This attracts a different kind of traveler.
That's true, and it will be interesting to see how Lakshadweep evolves in the coming years.
The political landscape in the Maldives has seen its fair share of turbulence. From coups to corruption scandals, it's been a roller coaster.
And these political dynamics have significant implications for India-Maldives relations. Stability in the Maldives is crucial for regional security.
Absolutely. And India has often played a role in mediating and supporting democratic processes in the Maldives.
The relationship has had its ups and downs, but the underlying bond remains strong.
As we look to the future, the India-Maldives relationship will be shaped by mutual interests and shared challenges.
Yes, from economic partnerships to environmental cooperation, there's a lot at stake.
Political will and strategic diplomacy will be key in navigating this complex relationship.
Indeed, the future holds both opportunities and challenges, but with collaboration and understanding, both nations can thrive together.